Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be going over a strong moveset build that I like to go with on my Jumpluff in the second generation Pokemon games and how you can access these moves. Jumpluff is going to be a grass flying type. This leaves it immune to ground, strongly resisting grass while also resisting fighting in water, weak to fire, flying, poison, rock, and then very weak to ice. In terms of its stats, great speed up there at 110, special defense at 85, HP at 75, defense at 70, and then the attack stats not as good, with physical attack there at 55 and special attack at 55 as well. So what Jumpluff is going to bring to the table is high speed, so it's often going to attack or move first, and then also pretty decent defensive numbers across the board. If you're looking for an annoying Pokemon to have in your competitive team, then Jumpluff can be a great option given the fact that it can deal out status, tank a decent amount of damage, as well as trap the opponent into less than ideal situations with that Encore move. But I want to start off with the status moves. We're going to have Sleep Powder, causes the target to fall asleep, 75% accurate. And Jumpluff is going to learn Sleep Powder through leveling up, picking that one up at level 17. The next move is Stun Spore, paralyzes the target, also 75% accurate, and Stun Spore is picked up through leveling up at level 15. Move number 3 is going to be our offensive option, but really it's more so just to heal up our Jumpluff. We're already relatively tanky, and having an option like Leech Seed to take away the opponent's health and restore it to yourself, especially if you pair it with leftovers, can be a nice synergy to have. So what Leech Seed does, 1/8 of the target's HP is restored to the user every turn, 90% accurate, and Leech Seed also learned through leveling up, picking that one up at level 22. And then move number 4, Encore, what this is going to do is the target repeats its last move for 3 to 6 turns. This can be a really nice move to have, given if you can predict that your opponent is going to use Earthquake, which is a very common move in the Gen 2 meta. Well, your Jumpluff is immune to ground type attacks, so when you switch in, that Earthquake's not going to do damage to your Jumpluff. Then you can use Encore to lock in your opponent to continue to use Earthquake, which would be a less than ideal situation. Also, if your opponent is spamming moves such as Curse, Swords Dance, or other boosting moves, well, you can also lock them in, and then they won't be able to actually deal out damage with those boosts, and then they'll be forced to switch out potentially, which is going to reset those boosts that they had built up. Encore is going to be learned through an egg move. And going over to the Gen 2 breeding chart for Jumpluff, we can see that we need to have Encore either on a Togetic or Clefairy, who would be the father, and then you could pass that move down. So a very annoying build to deal with in a competitive situation. I like to go with the item Leftovers. At the end of every turn, the holder restores 1/16 of its max HP, and Leftovers pairs really well with Leech Seed. And you can pick up Leftovers from a Wild Snorlax, from a trash bin in the Celadon City restaurant, or by trading Wild Clefable or Wild Snorlax from the first gen Pokemon games over to the Gen 2 games. And another item here is Miracle Berry. The holder cures itself if it is confused or has a status condition and it's single use. In an ideal situation, you're going to be switching in your Jumpluff on a predicted ground type move, or if your opponent is boosting up its stats and then using Encore to lock them in. So you're hopefully putting yourself in a situation where your opponent isn't inflicting status on you anyways. So that's a reason why I prefer Leftovers in comparison to Miracle Berry. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, and I'll catch you back here next time.